this may have been the worst I've ever had.
It was a hard day.
It was really hard. Well, hi guys.
Hey there.
Good morning. It is actually the evening for us. How is he so sweet?
You're the sweetest, Bunsy.
Do you want to jump up on the chair?
Go over on the chair.
I think what he actually wants is...
You guys go to the chair
Yeah.
so I can have the couch.
Yeah, that's probably what he wants. Today, we got up and went to the hospital for my liver ultrasound. I guess abdominal ultrasound mostly for the liver. I haven't heard anything. I don't expect to hear much. They are usually just status quo. But this morning before we left, I woke up with a headache. Just a normal, like, this could get bad, but it could be not so bad. I took my meds. We went to the hospital. I took a second dose of meds. Wait for it. Oh no.
Oh, it's a hummingbird fight.
Oh no. Here she comes. Do you guys hear that? I think you guys could probably hear her little chirps. I cannot get over the sound of the hummingbird chirping. So anyway, I didn't know if the meds would kick in quickly, but while we were at the hospital, like I said, I took a second dose. Now the hummingbird's at the other feeder. And right before we were leaving the hospital, the headache started getting worse. So at this point, I had already taken 2 doses of the Maxalt, which is like the prescription that we're trying. I mean, basically it's like we're experimenting. My doctor prescribed me 2 headache medicines that we're trying. And if they don't work, we have other options. But did you turn that off?
We just ran out of propane.
Oh, interesting. So May, June, July, August, September.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Our little fireplace is propane powered. So we were driving home and my headache was like, well, this kind of hurts. We got home, I sat down on the couch, and it just got so intense. It got so intense. And I
dropped Mary off. I brought her in, got her on the couch when we got home from the hospital, and then I had a meeting to get to. So I went to that meeting and then rushed back home, and Mary was just... She was basically in the fetal position, holding her head, and it was that for pretty much the next few hours.
Yeah. I mean, my eyes were closed for, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours. And just like, I even had to go to the bathroom at one point, so Peter walked me to the bathroom with my eyes closed. That's quite an experience, because you really have to just trust that your feet are going to keep walking and you're not going to run into a wall or whatever. But, I ended up needing to take my next level of pain med, and that med takes usually 2 to 2.5 hours. I took it at 12:15, and at 2:30 or 2:45 I started being able to open my eyes, look around. I didn't put my glasses on for another like 2 hours, but
the hummingbird keeps like humming past us.
it was just really, really hard. So, as I have done for the last 3 or 4 migraines, I will reach out to my doctor tomorrow. I will tell her like the timeline and how I treated it, and then we will probably brainstorm the plan for the next headache migraine. And I think this may have been the worst I've ever had.
It was pretty bad. And it's hard to not be able to do anything. Yeah. I feel like with CF stuff, like coughing and whatever, I can like pound on your back or like hold you as you cough.
Yeah.
But like headache is just like,
but I mean,
it's just there.
When I was up in the bed and he like laid in the bed next to me, and like when you put your hand on me, that helped. It just helps. Anytime that we look up and make a face like it's a hummingbird. Yeah, it's okay that there's nothing that you can do to fix it, but like seriously, just knowing you're there. And like typically with headaches, I don't cry. There is
those hummingbirds are like, the one was at the feeder, another one came and hit it off.
They are crazy. We have 2 hummingbird feeders. They use both. They like both.
But they have little tips.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh, I usually don't cry, and I was like bawling. But it was like, I started crying when we were coming up the stairs, I think. And then eventually I like had to regain composure because it was hurting so bad. But then I started crying again. It was just, it was
a hard day.
It was really hard. And now it is, I don't even know, like 6 or something. 7 o'clock. I was just able to eat for the first time today. And now, as long as I don't move very much, like a few minutes ago I was sitting on the floor and I stood up and sat at the table, and that like, oh, it brought like a surge of headache. But then it kind of went back down to being able to talk and film. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I just wanted to, yeah. I mean, most of the time when we're filming, it's when I'm doing well enough to film. And I guess I just wanted to sit down and, I don't know. I don't want to say be real, because we're real when I'm doing well and we're having a good time.
And part of it is we had already ended the vlog while we were at the hospital. And so, yeah, it kind of feels like we share our lives, and part of that is like, it was a really hard rest of the day. And
I truly was not even there. I mean, oh, this was interesting. This has never happened. I was, during the hour, 2 hours, I guess, on the couch, I had my eyes closed and I was just like, you know, like this or whatever. And I started counting in my head. And I'd get to like 60 or 70 and then start over. Like, truly, that was like weird. I don't even know. I think
like your only coping was like get to the next number.
Yeah, it was like each time I count, another minute has gone by. And I knew that I had 2.5 hours to go until the meds would kick in. But a couple things that I can be really thankful for. Number one, we know that this is nothing dangerous or serious. Like, I've had an MRI of my head. We know that my brain is okay, that sort of thing. And the second thing I can be so thankful for is that I'm not coughing. When I used to have these sorts of headaches and migraines, and then I would start coughing, it was unbearable like today, but times 10. Like, well, the weird thing is today was worse pain, I think. Or it was like longer.
Yeah, like if you had coughed, like that would have just like escalated it out the roof. Like, yeah. And that's what would happen in the past, but like today was just the high pain for a long time.
Yeah, it was so weird. But I am thankful for doctors who care and are willing to keep trying. I'm thankful for the sweet poodle. He was laying at my feet, and like for many hours my feet were like doing this sort of thing, you know? If you guys get migraines, I'm sure you know exactly what I'm talking about. But Ollie was like at my feet, and then for a couple hours I wasn't even interested in ice on my head. I had ice on my head down here on the couch, but then once I went upstairs, I was just like so out of it. Like I was in a different world, but so I wasn't interested in like hairy snugs, which you know it's bad when. But then once my meds started to kick in, like I was still in like, you know, like my little close your eyes and don't move. But Harry came and joined me in my baggy shirt, and he laid on me for an hour or two, and that was so sweet because I had Ollie at my feet and Harry right here, and I started crying when Harry came in my shirt because I was like, I'm in so much pain, but he made me so happy that I started crying. I think the meds were making me cry too, but anyway, if you guys are having a rough day, I just want you to know that you're not alone. And if our little video chat can distract you for 13 minutes, I am so glad that that can be the case. Thank you guys for always cheering us on and coming along to the hospital, at home, in the car, whatever's happening. And thanks for celebrating our sweet poodle and our hairless Harry with us. And as always,
we'll see you tomorrow.
Ollie,
good night.
Say good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. You want to go for a walk? Okay.
Nobody's gonna stay home today, but you and Peter can go for a walk. I love you.